Good morning, crypto Twitter, it's Misty Crypto, spreading crypto with doctors showing its benefits to my generation. Shout out to all my people, Gen Z needs to be included, it's really that simple. We are savage, amazed, boss, zesty, making money at the same time, spread peace. I feel empty if you don't include Gen Z, about to change the world, so y'all better get ready. Misty Crypto, I'm never backing down, I got a wax account, you should check it out. So many NFTs, I think I lost count, and I'm only getting started. Yeah, I'm barely off the ground. Misty Crypto, you cannot stop me. My hands are made from diamonds, your hands fall like origami. Never be the boss of me. Bitcoin's all I need. When I say I'm zesty, that's just me talking honestly. Crypto, yum bomb marketplace. I wanna see the more. We gotta go through cyberspace. Leave this world without a trace. Say pay for a different day, 'cause we partners in the crypto's here to stay.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Miss Teen Crypto Show. I hope everyone's having a happy Wednesday so far. This is a zesty early morning stream. I hope everyone's chilling. And thank you, Jimmy, for joining us on the show today. How are you?
I'm okay, but I have no idea what's happening because I lost driver control.
You lost track of your tabs?
No, I'm usually helping to drive the show, but now I'm just like a man on the screen. It's weird.
I mean,
I get to relax. I like it.
Nice. You're usually like the interviewer, but now you're like the interviewee, and you get to chill, hang out. So I'm really happy to have you on the show. I can't believe I haven't had you yet. I mean, I've been on the UpLift channel so many times, having great conversations with you, Corey, Nathan, all those amazing people. But for those of the people out there that aren't familiar with you yet, who are you, Sir Jimmy?
I love this. Is great. I like this. So I'm Jimmy D. This is my pad. It's kind of cool. It's and it's dark because I'm actually in Japan. I live in Japan, and it's nighttime. And I've been in the crypto space for I don't know, like a few years. I've been in Japan for a couple of decades, on and off. I'm originally from North America. I basically got into this space because I wanted to make the world a better place, and I thought that maybe crypto could enable people in newfound ways. So that's the short introduction. But if I give the long introduction, we'll be here for 3 hours. So maybe it might be better if you just ask some pointed questions about because I could ramble on about gardening and farming and diving with sea turtles, we could go many different avenues, but let's just try to focus and keep it professional, strictly professional.
I think we have another zesty guest entering the room. Hold on.
See, it's my partner in crime. Not crime. Sorry.
Not crime. All good things. All good things. Let's see. I think Corey's joining in. Corey, for those.
Hello.
Hi, Corey. You're perfect timing. Do you mind introducing yourself to the audience when you jump on camera? Let's get zesty.
Dude, seriously, it can't be worse than mine. It's impossible.
So I'm actually packing up because I'm going to see my brother for the first time since the pandemic started. So I'm packing up my little guest room in my in-laws place, and so I'm gonna go back to just audio in a second here so I can keep talking about. My name's Corey, first time caller, long time listener. I used to just be a guitar player, and now I do a bunch of other stuff in crypto. Founded the UpLift World, founded this show with this Jimmy guy that we do a lot. Have been the biggest secret fan of Misty Crypto that the world has ever known. And I'm a huge fan. Yeah, no, I got into crypto in 2016, 2017.
Not early.
What for me was a ton of money, turned $200 into 30,000. Trading like a crazy person, but this is the story I tell everyone, and it's so important. If you think you're an awesome trader in crypto, you're fucking not. It's a bull run. You can throw a dart at this market and make money, period. Right now, don't get me wrong, 0.1% of traders are insanely good, they're the ones taking your money, right? I had a friend of mine in 2016, 17, 2018 who put in around the same amount of money, who made like $200 less than me and did nothing. He literally just got in, got his diamond hand gloves on, and just rocked it. So anyway, that's my little advice for today. And then of course we started Blue Dack about 6 days ago, and it's going pretty well.
That's amazing. And for those of the peoples out there that aren't familiar with the UpLift world, what is UpLift in like the simplest way possible?
Yeah, so it's a metaverse, not figuratively, because a lot of metaverse games you just have like cards and you just imagine that you're in a place, right? We grabbed Minecraft off the shelf. You can actually go there, right? You can go visit Miss Teen Crypto's land right next door to Ken Bozak's insane sky face.
Yeah.
And actually be in the place, right? And so we really wanted to do that. And so what the UpLift did is we map region landowner rights to NFTs that are buyable, sellable, tradable. So you can pick a piece of land up off the market, or you can take a look at some of the estate sales or some of the land we're selling in our new gratitude map, and get in and build whatever you want, right? A lot of people building galleries in the creative worlds. We have a whole network of survival worlds where you can mine all the stuff that you want and use it to build up and stuff. And I think it was like 2 days ago, Jimmy, that we launched shops. So now you can set up a shop and actually sell glass or whatever you want that you mine, or carrots, or whatever materials you get.
That's
you
so
can set up
cool.
shops to sell that stuff for Upliftium, which becomes really, really important, because these estate sales that we're going to do in the gratitude thing, the gratitude sale a couple weeks from now or whatever it is, we are hiring builders to come in and build for a couple hours on these new estates, right? Just to kind of show people what's possible or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And TC, who's actually running that for us, recognized that, hey, wait a minute, they're not gonna have any materials, right? Like 2 hours in the survival world, like you could get some carrots going on, I guess, right? Build a basic mine. And so we're actually gonna be doing a buyback on Upliftium. As a company, we're gonna go buy a bunch of Upliftium and include that in the estate packages that we're setting up, so that the first thing your new builder is going to be able to do is go to the shops that people are standing up all over the UpLift, and going in and buying a bunch of materials so they can build like a gallery or whatever. So we're finally closing the economic loop to make it a really kind of magical experience.
Wow. So we're basically you guys basically are creating a whole economy.
Yes.
And that's
100%.
that's sick. And for those of the people new to UpLift watching this stream, how do you get started with UpLift? Where do you go? What's the first step?
Yeah, I would say first step. Sorry, Jamie, go ahead.
No, just go to our website. If you go to the uplift.world, and there's a little tab on the top that says Get Started. It walks you through the whole process. And basically, what you need to play, to become part of the metaverse, is you need a Minecraft Java account, only Java. That's the only one that works. You need a Minecraft Java account, and you need a Wax Cloud or a Wax wallet. It can be any kind of Wax wallet. Actually, we are super excited because Wombat just released their wallet now, which basically in probably no time at all, it doesn't work right now because we're actually on a 48-hour maintenance window where we're upgrading everything. But you'll be able to log in with various types of Wax wallets. You can already do it with the Anchor. You can already do it with the Wax Cloud wallet, and it's a step-by-step right there on the site that allows you to become part of it. And it's pretty exciting because once you have those land NFTs in your wallet, they mine Upliftium for you. Once you, not passively, but passively after an action.
Yeah.
So once you log into our enter.the_uplift world site, you can actually earn Upliftium for mining with certain NFTs. You can earn Upliftium for in-game play. You can earn Wax for in-game play. It's a real big play to earn economy, built as a second layer on top of Minecraft, but it's not on Minecraft because, as Corey kind of said before, we did away with villagers. They were messing up with our economy, so we brought in shopkeepers.
Wow. Awesome. Corey, I couldn't hear Jimmy that much, so just put yourself on mute if you could. I think I know you're doing stuff right now.
I'm sorry. Yeah, no.
No, you're all
I'm running
good.
around doing stuff. Sorry, guys.
You're all good. No problem. I just couldn't hear him.
Absolutely do that.
But you're all
He's
good.
shuffling paper.
How do you guys?
Sorry.
I mean, Corey, while you're on the mic, how do you know? Why do you guys think NFTs are important? And how?
Jeez, how long?
Yeah, go off. I want people to really like, you know, we're all so passionate about NFTs, and I'm not sure if everyone watching this stream has watched us on your channel, and I love your passion. I love what you guys do. I love the way you guys think about things, and you guys are just so, you know, optimistic about the future, and like I feel that vibe. So why do you guys think NFTs are important? Share the love.
Yeah. So I was talking about Axie Infinity this morning, and I'm going to go back to that because like we're taking a lot of lessons from that. Like the play to earn economy for me is a sneaky way to invent UBI without inventing UBI, right? So universal basic income.
Mm-hmm.
I want to live in a world where people can play a game and make enough money to feed their family, right? Which sounds deeply absurd, shouldn't be possible, and yet there's a lot of places where this is actually becoming a reality very quickly, right?
Yep.
And so Axie Infinity, using NFTs and cryptocurrency in a game, has absolutely changed the economic reality in the Philippines and Southeast Asia. Like you go, you know, is it the special love potion, whatever their token is? It's completely ridiculous, but it works, right?
Yeah.
You can actually use that SLP token in thousands, probably tens of thousands of stores now in Southeast Asia. It's insane.
That's amazing.
It's completely insane, right? And it's a multi-billion-dollar thing. And like people in the Philippines are making like enough money not to just, you know, have a living, but to buy houses and do all this crazy stuff. And so that you know, NFTs have enabled that because it's a very simple way to prove ownership of a thing incontrovertibly, right? Yep. So now you could start to do a lot of work and pile a lot of work onto that. And you know, it's on the blockchain. It's not requiring any third party to validate that, right? And so we've taken that same idea and mapped it onto real land ownership where you can go in and improve it. One of the first use cases was people coming in and just like building a house and building a basic mine and then flipping that piece of land in the survival worlds, which is fun. But the galleries that are in the creative worlds, TC just got an offer for 50,000 USD to buy his gallery. He's got 10 of them. And he said no.
Wow,
no.
TC, man.
He's a baller, and he's right? Like the value that they're creating, he knows that it's just at the very basic initial stages of that, right? And then like the NFT art, I got a buddy of mine, Hustle House. I don't know if you've had him on your show. If not, you should, and I'll hook it up. The Hustle House started off doing, you know, art NFTs on wax. He's an amazing artistic, creative guy. Was trying to raise enough money to buy his mom a car, right? Because they just had their mom's car broke down or whatever, right? This is like a little less than a year ago. I gave his project some land in Genesis, and you can actually go and visit the build that Avi 9000 made. It's amazing. Like, you know, they're doing really cool stuff. So he gets over to Ethereum, buys a Bored Ape, told me to do it. I just said, no, I'm not doing Ethereum stuff. I'm dumb. He made a killing, right? And he launched his own project over there as an artist, right? And in a community of artists, and did $1 million in sales in 24 hours.
Yeah,
right?
The Boring Stone NFT collection with the magazine, and oh my gosh, so amazing.
It's clutch. So yeah, you know, here we all over here just changing lives left, right, and center. And I mean, that's why I just love everybody who's screaming from the rooftops about it, because it's at the beginning, right? Like this is like, you know, the very beginning of the internet, frankly. And it's that big. Like people don't get it. Like it really is as big as all internet commerce combined.
Bigger, maybe.
Well, and I think like for me as well, like the gaming thing's good, but like what really gets to me is the artists who are now able to, like, you know, verify their own craft and take that craft back as a financial means, or the musicians too. You know, another project we're involved with is Yoshi Drops, are able to, you know, now skirt the general line of the real world that people have to go through, right? And like, so the ability for people to make their own living, no matter where they are in the world, because blockchain's so fast. I mean, we bust balls on our show a lot of times for blockchains being slow, but even sending anything from like almost the slowest blockchain, even sending Bitcoin or Ethereum from like Africa to the north, like to North America, is lightning times faster than doing it in real world transactional models. And like that art, those pieces of art would never be available in the world traditionally, to see that, right? Unless some corporation's going in there and buying them up and bringing them over and taking 90% of their profit. For the first time in history now, we have these amazing artists. I think a really good example is the collection that you're releasing that's showcased behind you. These amazing artists that are able to actually make a living doing what they love doing. And I think that's a really empowering place to be, rather than having to sit in a classroom just so that you can go and get a job in an office, just so that you can, afford to retire when you're 60. I think it's a game changer, this whole system, right? Yeah. And I'm gonna out Corey a little bit, right? Like a really good friend of ours, and Blue, which is kind of in a way, offbeat way, how Corey and I met, through him, because, Corey had me on the channel to talk about a project that Blue was doing that I was involved with, and the first time that they got together, the first thing that they did, I think it was the first night, was they watched Ready Player One. Because, I think I got that right, don't I, Corey?
Yeah, sorry, I was just muted. Yes, the first 10 minutes when I was trying to explain to Blue what the vision was for the UpLift, right? we already had a server going that we'd been messing around through the pandemic, and I knew we could attach cryptocurrency to it. And doing an NFT music drop with them Blue, I was like, wait a minute, can't we just like boop 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 put all this stuff in the blender, and it becomes layer 1 version 1.0 of Ready Player One? And now we're seeing all the different versions of this come out. Like Immersis is one of my favorite examples, but there will be others, right? And we're going to be running all headlong into this space, exploring what it means to be in a digital place that gives you that sense, that feeling of placeness long term, where we're kind of encoding our history and our business and our lives into this digital strap.
That was like perfect, Corey. Like, wow, that was like almost like inspirational. Like yeah, like I really feel like empowered almost by how you say things. Like I love hearing you talk, but how are NFT?
But I just want to say this too, because he missed an important part, I think. And what he missed was the heart and soul, I think, that Corey and his friends pre-UpLift brought into what the UpLift world is. Because the UpLift world, it is a metaverse, but it's based on gratitude. And there's lots of occasions that Corey's talked about what gratitude means to him. And maybe, like, he can talk about that if he wants, but the bottom line is, the basis of it is that, like, at the beginning of every show that Corey and I do, we go in, and not even the beginning anymore because there's so much exciting things, but at some point in the show, we put people's gratitudes up. It used to be in the cathedral. Now it's in UpLift Tower, which is kind of our show's plot in the UpLift. So and we ask people what they're grateful for. And this is kind of all like coming from early days with Corey and his friends when they started this server. And that has this really empowering thing. And for me, it was funny because Corey and I were doing this show. It was called something different. We were doing this channel. It was called something different. And he came to me one time and he said, look, I want to do this thing where we go into Minecraft and we put up, like, the UpLift world, and we put up gratitudes at the beginning of every show. And I'm kind of like, I don't know. Like, I don't know how I feel about that. Like, I don't want to lose people. And he's like, dude, just give me a month. Like, seriously, just give me a month and I'll show you that it has value. I'll show you that it has the potential to change people's lives, to change the world. I think it was less than 2 days before I mailed him and I said, done, I'm in, right? Like let's do this every single show at the beginning, right? Because it really does. And it resonates throughout the community. It resonates throughout our guests. And it's a metaverse of a different kind. And Blue said it best. And Blue said, you might be able to come in and build almost the same project. Like, you might be able to come in and build almost the same thing, but it's going to lack that heart and soul of the original intent. It's going to lack that. Like, one of the first things that ever got built in the UpLift after it became the UpLift was the Burning Man monument, which was a tribute to something that Blue and Corey were working on that raised like in wax now worth almost $500,000 that went towards building a school, or is going towards building a school in Haiti.
That's amazing.
Right? Like we're a very charity focused organization in a lot of what we do. And the UpLift was kind of like early days was the impetus to raise a lot of money to help a lot of people. And I think that resonance that's coming through to this day with the community as well is just creating one of the most amazing communities that I've ever had the chance to be a part of, not even in blockchain, not even in the online world, like just in life in general. It's just blowing my mind, really. Yeah.
I mean, even the name, the UpLift, we see that positivity. We see the gratitude. Speaking of gratitude, what are you guys grateful for today? Let's go around. Go off, Corey.
So I'm grateful for two things. One, three things. This list is probably going to grow. Sorry.
Go on.
I mean, like being on Misty Crypto's show, I'm grateful for that, and just for everything that you do in the space, like watching you educate your entire generation about the epic shift that's going on. Like you are changing lives right now. People aren't going to realize it until later. I mean, some probably have already, but like it's a really, really big deal that you're getting people as much information as you can. And then, people are going to decide or not decide or whatever, but it won't be for lack of the fact that you've done everything you can do. And I know you leave it on the field every single day, and it's a big deal. So that's awesome. And then just technology, like I'm racing over to see my brother for the first time since the pandemic started. I'm really grateful for that. And I get to be on Misty Crypto on her show all at the same time, because we live in the freaking future, and I'm grateful for that.
Yes. Thank you for the love. Jimmy, the mic is yours.
I'm laughing because I think it's hilarious, and Corey's right? Like hashtag Misty Crypto, changing teachers' lives since 2018. I like it. Yeah, I'm too grateful to be here on this show. We've had many pleasurable conversations over on our channel or other channels. So it's nice to be a guest here. But most of all, I'm grateful for the UpLift. I'm grateful for Yoshi Drops. And I'm grateful for Legend and the awesome team that we have to bring about change in the world. Because I think that it's early days, but the potential of what I see us being capable of, and just the amazing talent that is working behind the scenes, blows my mind. People might know who I am, but like I am basically, a grain of sand on one of the most beautiful beaches that you've ever seen, of amazing talent and crazy intellectual people who know how to do things that I don't even know what the name of those things are. Like that's how ingenious and brilliant our team is. It's just amazing.
I agree. The amazing things you guys have done are just countless. Providing a whole economy for people in the UpLift. Now, finding other ways to utilize our cryptocurrency, our wax coin specifically, by, going on something like Alcor Exchange, using LPs, going to Blue Dack, all this fancy stuff. You guys are really changing the game, and everything that you guys feel the metaverse or, crypto should be, or, ideas you've implemented them, which is admirable. And I want to know, for people that are new to UpLift, how do you get a plot of land? And speaking of getting plots of land, what's going on with this gratitude land situation?
Well, first of all, you don't necessarily need a plot of land, but you do need someone that trusts you to be able to whitelist you to their plot of land. So for example, if you wanted to whitelist someone in your community to your plot of land, then they could come in and they could play the UpLift. Right now,
yes.
The only way to play the UpLift is to be whitelisted or to have a plot of land.
How do you get a plot of land?
You can buy a plot of land. All plots of land, like Corey said earlier, are mapped to NFTs. And these NFTs are on the Wax blockchain at present. The ones that are on the Wax blockchain now will always be on the Wax blockchain, I would imagine. But yeah, we're using the WAC blockchain just because it's the most optimal. And so if you go over to Atomic Hub, or to NFT Blocks, I believe, and you go to the marketplaces and you search UpLift World, you will be able to find the verified account. Always check for the verified account, just in case somebody's trying to pull a fast one on you, because we are verified. Check the verified account for these lands. And these lands come in various sectors or various worlds. It used to be one big map. I think Corey told me one time it was the size of Mars or something. Did you say that when we first started? I think you're muted, maybe.
Yeah, he was muted.
Okay, still muted. I don't know. But yeah, like, it was huge. It was massive.
It says he's muted still. Corey,
Yeah,
you
I
can
think
leave and come back if you want and try again.
I think he might be.
Yeah, I think something's wrong with his mic, but keep going.
I'm sorry. Yeah. So it was huge. This map was huge, and I remember the first time that I signed into the UpLift, there was just this like welcome message that said, "Go west." I was like walking west, and it was super fun. And so what happened was, Corey and some of the people who were in there earlier, they Corey had built this cathedral. And he built
Such
it
an
in survival.
amazing, it's so beautiful, by the way. If you guys have
Right.
not visited UpLift, roam around these plots of land and you'll see spectacular builds, like majestic almost. Like, you could build your own citadel in there.
Right. Well, and essentially that's what Corey did, right? So he built this monument, or they built these monuments. Corey has a really interesting story about the first thing that happened in the UpLift, and he went in there with some people, with his friends, and somebody just threw up a sign that said, "I'm grateful for something," and that's kind of how gratitudes were born. And then it became this thing that they were doing every week. This was long before I met Corey, and a lot of those people now, they're in a world that we call Chicken Call. And Chicken Call was kind of like the founders' kind of world that they kind of ported away. But in this main area, just south of the cathedral, I think if you walked it took like 2 hours in real time to get there, like to get to the center, to get to where like you are next to Ken Bozak's plot now. From the cathedral, if you were to walk there, I think it took 2 hours in real time on it to get there, and it wasn't
really
even
nuts.
really that far, right? Like. But it got to the point where we needed to be able to scale, and the best solution for scaling was to break these worlds up. So what we did was we broke these worlds up, and the idea, it was funny because there was a lot of arguing and bickering in the community of these first kind of people who were in the world that were wanting to decide whether we would do creative or whether we would do survival. Now, creative world just means that you can procure any blocks that you want to procure.
Yep.
And you can build whatever you want to build. You can fly around, you can do all these things. Survival means that you actually have to go in and you actually have to mine them. Now, an interesting thing happened because most people were building in creative, except for one dude, actually. And that one dude is Anders. Any observation? You might have heard of him. You might know him. And he was adamant about like just calling everyone out, and like even Corey, he would come on the stream like in the comments, he'd just be like, "Corey, like flying around, like what are you doing?" Like we're like, and so it got to the point where like basically the team and Corey said like, "Look, here's how it's going to be. We can do creative, but then there can never be an economy. If it's creative, you can't have an economy. You can't have people just like procuring diamonds and throwing them onto the market, right?"
Exactly.
And Anders, even though he was in a creative world, he spent all of his time with his team of people building this giant water pyramid in survival. And so when we decided to break these worlds up instead of just having one world, the logical conclusion was to have a survival world and a gratitude world. And because all of these people had built pretty much in the survival world and creative world, and because all of these people have built pretty much in creative, they stayed in Genesis. But Anders was the one person who actually built in survival, even though he's in the creative world, So we threw him into the gratitude world. And these were the first two worlds that were created. And then we started populating the gratitude world with other projects. So, I mean, Yoshi Drops, for example, has a plot down there. I built a little pyramid, a little pagoda, I guess, in survival. And Michael EOS USA, he was doing stuff in gratitude, but he acquired a community plot over in gratitude. And he built like a little, village and farm. The Nasty Hooks, who are other friends of ours, they've got a plot over there. Art Vending Machine, that project with Joe Chiapata, they've got a plot over there. There's tons of little plots over there. It's the same thing as Genesis, except it's just survival. And we've never actually opened anything up for sale in gratitude, for the simple reason that we were trying to give communities time to build something. Right?
Yeah.
So early days of the UpLift, we invited some communities in to come in and to build. But if you were in creative, because you're building in creative, if you're in creative, you can put up things really fast, right? But if you're in survival,
it takes time.
It takes a lot of time. You got to mine all the blocks. You got to do all this stuff. So we've got some pretty decent builds over there in the gratitude sector now. And so it's time to open up the gratitude land sale, which is going to be phase 1. So none of the rail or none of the plots, other than the ones that have been gifted to certain communities in gratitude, have been sold ever, right? So the world, people could come in and they could wander around, but the rewards weren't turned on. So this is kind of the change that we're going to be putting into place with the gratitude land sale.
That's a big move.
Yeah, right. And we want to sell a certain section of land. This is only going to be phase 1, and we're going to do it in a really interesting way. It'll be from November the 6th to, well, there's a few phases, but yeah, it'll be from phase 1 has a few parts, but it'll be from November 6th. And basically what we're doing is we're calling it an estate sale.
Oh, that's really cool. I like the vibe.
Yeah, so this will be the first part of it. We're going to do an estate sale. I'm not going to give you prices necessarily today, but okay. The estate sale will be 8 pieces of land that all go in estate. And like Corey mentioned earlier, with that estate, like, comes some other benefits as well, right? Like, yeah. I think you get a builder for a couple hours to come in and help you and things like that.
Oh, that's so nice.
So it'll be 24 hours. And it comes with 2 hours of demo build time, realistically, right? And then after that, we're gonna kind of, whatever after that 24 hours doesn't get sold in that estate sale, they're gonna put up for sale random plots for the next 24 hours in one section of gratitude. It's not the whole map. It's just it's maybe one. Okay, so I guess if you looked at the map, you could probably divide the map into about 9 sections, almost equally.
Yeah.
And this would be like one of those 9 sections. So within that section, there's a couple communities that already exist. So their land is safe, right? And that won't be up for sale. But yeah, so you'll be able to pick your lot for 24 hours, and you can choose after the estate sale. If you want to choose neighboring lots, that's fine. And then the next 24 hours after that, it'll be randomized packs of land and randomized packs of rail. So similar to what happened in our UpLift world. So there's kind of 3 parts. And if we sell it at phase 1, then we'll move on to phase 2. And we're not going to talk about phase 2 because we got to sell at phase 1 first. But yeah, basically 3 parts: the estate sale, the pick your land sale for 24 hours, and then after that, the randomized packs. And I believe it's going to be about 900 and just a little over 950 lots for sale in total.
Wow, that's a lot. So basically, you're just forming like the first little like neighborhood of gratitude, which is really cool.
Well, so one of the things with gratitude is, maybe I can even share my screen here.
Yeah, let me give you permission.
I'm not sure if I can, but if we look at the map, one of the things with gratitude is there's a bunch of communities in there already, right?
You could share.
And yeah, I gotta find that. Sorry.
You're all good.
Maps. There we go. Let's see. So, well, I'm just going to show you the 3D map, right? Because we're in that maintenance window. But from the 3D map, you can see. We'll show you Genesis first, right? And so this is the creative world that people are building, and this is.
This is so cool. So this is, guys, for those of you who don't know, this is actually, these are builds in Minecraft. Of course, you'll be able to get a better look when you're in there, but this is just like a general outlook.
Yeah, and so this is kind of Uplifter's Tower. This is where Corey and I now do our gratitudes. Corey came in here and he decided to mess around by building, just one day when we were on stream, he built this one monument down here on stream, and it just kind of developed into this tower. And
Love it.
This is not the game. This is not the metaverse. This is not Minecraft. This is a 3D map. We can look at it in 2D as well over here, but I like the 3D version because it shows a little bit of the scope, right?
Yeah, a little more zest in there, for sure.
So you can see, like, this is the Genesis map, which I was talking about earlier. And there's all of these, plots you can see. So one of the other things that I do in the space actually is I work for Gener EOS. And so if you look here, there's some bigger plots. And early on into the game, these bigger plots were, some of them, about half of them, were gifted to the communities to come in and make things, right?
That's so nice.
So, like, for example, one of the plots that was gifted out was Gener EOS, and I work for Gener EOS, so I kind of help to manage their plot. But if you come in here, you can see, like, right, like, this is the Gener EOS logo, and there's the Gener EOS symbol here, which is a giant mountain. Apparently Vicky was here. I love Vicky, by the way.
Vicky's so cool. I like Vicky.
Right, she's doing some really cool stuff. The world's first meditational NFTs, really. And you can see all these people, like friends of ours, right? There's a giant Spliffy statue. Dutchy statue here. Not Spliffy. There's like tons of builds across this server that are just massive and insane. And this is all in creative. Right.
Love it.
Let's see if we can find Ken's giant floating head here.
We do have a cap on 5 minutes, so we do have 5 minutes left.
Okay, sure. But yeah, like, you can come in here. You can see Misting Crypto's video. Misting Crypto's plot in here. If you find Ken,
it's right above. I think it's like if you scroll like up. The other, yeah.
Sorry.
I think I just saw it. Where'd it go? I think it's the other way. I don't know. We were right there.
Yeah, anyway.
But it's so colorful. I love it.
What you want to do is you want to come in here. You want to find Ken Bozak's giant shining head right here.
Yeah, it's huge.
And then you'll be able to find Misting Crypto's plot in around this area somewhere.
Yeah, I think it's like right. It's to the left.
You see it?
It's in there. Yeah. It's just like they're so big. They like the little pink building.
Oh, the little pink building.
Yeah, I mean, like, Josh, shout out to Josh. Me and him were working on this. It was really cool. It was really fun. And there's castles next to me. I have the best neighbors. So great. I literally have really good neighbors. When I first got into UpLift and I was in the chats and everything, everyone was just like, oh my gosh, Miss Teen, and like, where's your land? And I was like, where's your land? And then like everyone was just like, talking, like visiting each other's plots. We were all like, throwing fireworks around. It was really fun. Like, I really enjoy like being around like friends. It's like we all have our own crypto neighborhood.
Right? Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. So this is our little like Yoshi Drop Pavilion. It's over here in Gratitude. We're kind of down south at the bottom of the server. Nasty Hooks, one of them lives in a giant mushroom. The other one lives beside like a wall of lava. There's a bunch of different projects over here. This is, I believe, the art vending machine plot here. So they've kind of built this out. And right next to this is where the land sales going to take place, this giant snow-cappy kind of mountain area. And if you go to plots, right, like you can see all these red dots. So this is actually a plot that's already owned by Bitcoin Babes. So these ones won't be for sale, obviously, right? But all in this general vicinity of the area, all of these plots will be for sale in the estates, right? I mean, this is another plot here that's well, half owned by Scarce and half owned by Facings, which is another NFT project on Wax, both. And so that, like, there's all these different plots that are doing different things. Brad at work, Anders over here, who built this giant water pyramid. You can check this out at UpLift World Maps, right? But all of these plots have been in working and building. But the ones that are going on sale for this phase 1 of the estate sale are essentially in this general vicinity of this big giant white continent here, or island area. Nice. So those will be the ones that that will be rolling out for the estate sale and the follow-up sales. So yeah, that's what we're looking at. Again, Missing Crypto. I know we don't have much time left, but you were the first. You were the first one who actually we broke this news to. So that's kind of exciting.
Zesty.
We're gonna be doing more streams as time goes on with other influencers and you know, people who are part of the UpLift around the space. So definitely check those out. But yeah, like I'm hoping that maybe you can drop the links to the UpLift World Maps and the UpLift World, so that people can come in and they can see it. And when the actual pricing details come out, we'll definitely let you know as well. So.
All right. Awesome. I did link the chat to the UpLift World, so the uplift.world. If you guys are seeing that link right now, give it a click. Follow them at the UpLift World. All their information is in the description of this video, so right after I click the off live button, go give it a look. It'll be awesome. Jimmy, thank you so much for coming on the show today. I really enjoyed having you. Yeah, I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for you.
And me as well. I love what you're doing in this space. It's great. It's great to be able to hang out a lot. That, you know, definitely come check out Missing Crypto, definitely come check out Missing Crypto the next time she's over on the Uploaders channel. And let's make the world great again with NFTs.
Yay! Let's NFT the world. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you for everyone who has joined the stream. Thank you, Caleb, Miner, Joe, Ben, Ken. What's up, bro? Everybody, thank you so much for joining the stream. I appreciate it. If you enjoyed the stream, hit that like button, hit the subscribe, hit the little bell too, you know, get notified when we go live, no biggie. I hope everyone has a great day, and of course, as always, stay zesty. Peace.
Good morning, crypto Twitter is Missing Crypto, spreading crypto, adoption, showing its benefits to my generation.